Hello
and welcome
to the Minimum Wage Podcast, where even the name is above our pay grade.
Bro, I was trying to search for my camera. I was like, shit. Oh, there it is. Mercy.
Oh my gosh,
The whole
man.
time.
I know mine's right in front of me, and that's all I
Dude.
need to know.
I forgot the mine is right there. But yeah, episode
12. Episode 12, dude.
Mercy.
They just keep going up, don't they?
Dude, it's crazy how that works. It's like,
it is crazy how that works.
if I was a betting man, I would probably put about $25 on the fact that next podcast is going to be episode 013.
Well, thank God you're a betting man.
I'm a betting man. Am I a betting man? Because
you're a betting
there have
man.
been a lot of times where I said if I was a betting man, and it would have been like a bad thing.
It would have been a real bad thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
But there have been a lot of times where I've said if I was a betting man, and it's been,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would balance out.
Yeah, they would balance
See,
out to you being
now-
a decent betting man.
Well, it doesn't matter
It
because
doesn't matter?
we're both now officially registered for classes next semester.
Indeed. I like that transition there.
Yeah.
Because I was
You know?
talking about total nonsense. You said, guess what? We're both registered for classes.
That's the fact of the matter.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. That's what it is. We're just here to bring you, the bottom line.
The bottom line, baby.
That's the fact of the matter.
Yeah. So registering for classes is kind of a process, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a junior, or not a junior, especially if you are a freshman or a sophomore. If you're below junior level, because you have to work through a middleman.
Yeah.
And that middleman happens to be your advisor.
Mm-hmm.
So you might know every single class you want to get into, the section, everything. You might have your schedule ironed out.
Yeah.
However, you still have to email that ironed out schedule to your advisor and say, hey, give me these classes.
Yeah.
Because they've got a system where the advisor has to put these classes into your little shopping cart. Okay?
Yep. And then once they're in your shopping cart, you have to add them to your planner.
Yeah. So from your schedule planner shopping cart, you have to add them to your registration planner.
Yep.
And so it's a whole process. But
Mhm.
bottom line is, it takes quite a bit of effort.
Indeed. And however, I did not have much trouble being able to navigate it.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for registration in that I didn't choose which classes I was going to do until I believe the morning of. Then I said, you know what? I guess I might as well get around to choosing which classes I'm going to do.
Might as well.
And then I think I woke up at like 8:06 or something like that. I was like, all right, yep, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. All the seats were open. I was like, all right, well, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. and we're
Wait,
done.
so you had already picked the classes that you wanted before that?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying just now that you did not pick the classes.
No. That we had to have done because we had to meet with our advisors.
Yeah.
And in that meeting, that was like, it was the, hey, it's time, hey, it's the end of like September. It's time to start planning for January.
Exactly.
And it's like, mercy.
Mercy's right.
It's like.
But the question is, how did you go about it? Did you just let them slap the book at you and say, hey, this is what you're taking? Or did you look at your own schedule and say, hey, this is what I'm going to take?
I
Doggone it.
actually chose my words carefully.
Did you?
I said, well, what would you advise?
So what would you advise,
Because that's
dude?
your job. You're supposed to advise
Oh,
me.
my
Mercy,
goodness
mercy.
gracious. Mercy.
To which she said, well, what were you doing this semester? And I said, well, I'm probably going to be withdrawing from a class. Mercy, which did end up happening. And then I'm just going to take that class next semester.
So let me get this right. Hold on. Go back to the withdrawal.
I'm going back to the
You're
withdrawal.
not withdrawing from history, correct?
Yes.
You're withdrawing from?
American government.
Okay.
Yep. That's the fact of the matter. We're not going to go into it because this is not a long podcast. And so we need to cover everything briefly.
Indeed.
So, yeah. Where was I at exactly?
You were saying that you are talking to your advisor about registering
Yep,
for spring. Dude, that's what I'm here for.
Mercy. Yeah. So we're talking about the registration, and I'm like, yeah, what would you advise? And she said, well, I would advise you would choose one out of these, one out of like these 2 or 3, and then one out of these. And I was like, well, out of that one, and that one. And then she said, you need to choose something else. I'm like, you know what? Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go with academic inquiry. 'Cause I know that you have to take that. I think everyone has to take that.
That's not even the full name. Fundamentals
it's
of
it's
academic
yeah.
inquiry.
But its short name is academic inquiry.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody has to take that.
what the hell is that class, and why is it only 1 credit hour?
It's so dumb. It's 1 credit because it stops early. So it would be 2 if it was full semester.
Okay. It
However,
would be 2, which means that even if it was a whole semester course, it would still be a lighter load.
yeah, indeed. It's not a full course. It's not a big thing that you're doing. I think you only meet once a week
Okay.
for one, and it's like a 1 to 1:15 hour meeting.
I'm fairly certain. I think we do meet once a week. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So that's how mine worked.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you taking only one period a week away from yourself.
Right.
There's no way they could make it more than 2 credit hours.
Yeah, because it's just
Yeah.
not.
But you want to know what that course actually is?
I do.
Bullshit.
Why?
Like most courses at the university that aren't major related,
Yeah.
that is literally just can you research.
Oh,
And if you've
so
gone
just-
through 1101, English 1101,
you would have written a research paper,
you would have already done way harder work than this.
and so it just makes you write extra papers.
It's not a paper. It's one. This is also one of the core reasons why it's 1 credit hour.
Is it because it's just one big thing?
It's one big presentation. It's a group presentation at the end of the semester, at the end of the class.
Is it like big?
I think I made 3 slides.
What?
Yeah, legit, dude.
The whole thing.
Legit.
You spent half a semester,
And made 3 slides.
made 3 slides.
You get other grades though. There's like not projects, but like other little assignments. Like every week you get an assignment.
Pretty much, all you're saying is it's not hard. You have to show up to class 1 time a week.
Yeah.
You work on 1 project,
Yep.
and then you do have to work with other people, which can definitely bring in some more complications
Absolutely.
than your standard assignment.
It can complicate
Indeed,
things
indeed.
quite a little bit.
Because people are very complicated.
Yeah.
As if you weren't aware, if
In case that fact
case-
has somehow surpassed you.
in case that hasn't crossed your mind,
Yes.
at all ever, people are complicated, and I would just understand that people are complicated.
Indeed,
But
they
yeah.
are. I had kind of a much better experience than most probably would, than the general school population,
Yeah.
because mine was only the honors course. So I only had honors people in there with me, so I could make sure that I didn't have to do the entire project. They're all high achievers anyway, dude. I was probably an average achiever from my group, which never happens in other classes, dude.
We can actually talk about how there are people in my class who are cheating.
Cheating tons, dude.
Cheating. There was a cheating ring
Yeah.
in my
Cheating ring.
programming class.
It's so
No,
funny that you call it that, but I
It's
guess
what-
that's right.
It's what they called it. They talked to us this morning.
They called it a ring.
Yeah.
What'd they say this morning, dude?
Well, we had lecture. So how our class works is there's lab and then there's lecture.
Yes.
Lab is split up into 4 separate groups of 25-ish people, because our lab space is not huge, and it works better if you can instruct a smaller class because you can be more personal.
Yeah.
But
And there's only 2 undergraduate course assistants,
Right.
myself, in the class. If we have 100 people in there, there's no way we can get to all of you.
indeed, but lecture, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Someone's just talking, and you are listening and taking notes, or you're not, like me. And yeah, that's just one guy, which means everyone is there.
Yeah.
Which means everyone in that ring would have also been there or not been there. It was awfully empty. That's all I'm gonna say. Lecture was awfully empty this
No
morning.
way.
It was like there was maybe 50, maybe.
goodness.
Yeah,
dude.
it was bad.
So people, they knew they were in for it, huh?
Oh, people knew that they were got. I think.
People knew they had got.
Mercy. Yeah, but I mean, they have been written up. And,
For academic dishonesty, dude.
Yep, and I think if they do it again, they can get tossed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. First
And-
one's a 0 on the assignment. Second one is expulsion from the institution.
Yeah.
And then that goes
that's
on like
crazy.
some type of institutional record because I'm pretty sure it's extremely hard to like get into another college after that.
Most colleges will not accept you
Yeah.
after you cheat and get expelled. See, yeah, don't.
After you cheat twice.
Yeah, and this class isn't even that hard, bro.
That's
No,
that's
it's
really
an-
the worst part about
It's
it.
literally an introduction to computer programming.
Yeah. It's
That's the worst part.
and it's really not a hard class at all,
It's
dude.
really not.
If
and
you
if you're
paid
like,
attention,
I can understand people having problems. People, like not understanding it.
yeah,
But we provide so many resources for that.
yeah. There's so much
we
help
have
for you.
professor office hours.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of UCAs there during class.
Yes.
There with their own hours.
Yeah.
Like there are resources available.
There's so much help for you if you seek it.
Yeah, it's just people are.
Hold up. Did I even
unwilling.
press record?
Did you even press record?
Yes. Okay, we're going. Whew.
Oh, mercy,
Goodness.
mercy.
That
I was
scared
about to
me
have
for a
heart
second.
attack, man.
Yeah, I've got on my new computer. It used to be the screen would never time out. Now I've got like the 5-minute timeout. So I was just sat here looking at my screensaver. I was like, hold on. Did I even press record, dude?
That would be unfortunate.
That would be super unfortunate. But yeah,
Mercy,
I did.
mercy.
So you were talking about this cheating ring.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm actually the person that found this cheating ring.
This right here, he's the man who exposed them.
I'm the man who exposed him,
He
doggone it.
exposed them, dog.
Yeah, and I don't feel sorry about it either, doggone it. If you're
I don't
cheating
think
in
you
this
should.
class,
If you're
you
cheating
should
in
not.
If you're cheating and you get caught, you're an idiot. Okay, if you're cheating, you're either really smart or you're really dumb. Nowhere in between.
Where's the
Because-
smart one coming from?
I can explain that later, but it's actually really complicated, and there's a way to like cheat but also learn
Why would you cheat?
because it's how you learn.
That's incredible.
I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah, that is actually fair. That is really the only time when I can say like cheating is absolutely 110% justifiable
indeed,
if you're learning.
yeah.
But there's a little bit of a fine line in computer science between cheating and getting help, because anything online you can go and look up a resource like for any type of problem
no, yeah,
that
that's
you're gonna
the thing
have.
as well. Like all it takes is the willingness to solve a problem.
Yeah.
They are unwilling to do the work. That's just what it comes
Yeah.
down to.
That
and
is
because
really
of
what it
that-
comes down to.
Like, they were so unwilling to do the work, they weren't even willing to cheat well.
No,
That's the funny part.
it was so bad, dude.
If you're gonna cheat, do it right. And in trying to do it right, you're probably gonna learn how to do it right, anyways. Because
It's true.
like.
I mean, it's not that hard.
how
If
that
you
works.
spent the amount of time that you spent trying to cheat, trying to learn, you probably would have done the assignment on your own
Indeed.
right.
If you're gonna cheat, you might as well cheat well. If you're gonna cheat well, you're already spending the time. Might
Yeah.
as well do the work.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
That is what it comes down to. That's the bottom
Unless
line
you're
fact of
just
the matter.
really good at cheating.
Yeah.
In which
And-
case, more power to you.
I can't say
I
more
know
power
said
to you.
that.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll say more power to you. More
Ah,
power
there
to
it
you.
is, there it
Because
is.
I might fall
Well,
within
okay,
that
okay.
category. Wait, who?
I was gonna say I wasn't expecting you to agree. That's why I said it, was to see how you was gonna respond to that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. In my past, I've been known to cheat a little bit. I've been known to be a little bit of a cheater on some online Spanish.
Yeah.
Given the fact that
No.
everything can be Google translated,
There's no way that I've ever cheated.
there's
in
no
online
way,
Spanish.
dude.
Like,
There's
it's
no
not
way.
possible.
That's just not in the cards. I actually did speaking of this is a little sidetrack. Sorry, we'll come back.
Will we?
I remember. Yes, we will. We'll square back, dude.
Oh, okay.
Best
okay,
believe.
square that.
So back in high school, I think it was my senior year.
Mercy.
I had a young buck coming up through the ranks, in high school, and he started working on his Spanish homework as every student does. And he realized that there was an easier way to do it.
Oh.
And it was to open up your content for all of the modules and Control F. Because all of the
Control
answers
F.
from the test were taken from the modules.
That's the fact of the matter.
That is the bottom line. And he realized that you could do that. However, he happened to have like a Chromebook or something.
Oh.
And he was very, very slow at using a computer.
very slow.
So he was not going to get it done in the amount of time provided. No way.
Mercy.
He knew the exact plan on what to do. He knew how to do it. He just couldn't do it. So I said, okay,
Indeed.
that's fine. I'll do it for you for a little money.
Mercy.
Okay? So he pulls up to my house. I do his test for him. And then get $30. And he goes home. Turns out, man's got an A.
Indeed. By the way, this is all not true. This never happened.
Yes, none of this ever happened.
This is all comedy.
Oh, man. Yes. None of these events ever took place.
Indeed. And never will. Yeah. You should never do that.
Yes.
But-
Never do anything like that.
Yeah. That's wrong.
It's extremely wrong.
Oh, I just hit myself in the nose with my microphone. I'm not even talking to my microphone.
What in
just-
the world?
I just hit myself in the nose with the mic. So like
That's
I
tough.
was like holding it right here and I like moved my hand. I went like bop. You know.
Dang.
I know.
You got to watch out for that microphone, dude. It's out to get you.
coming at me.
All right, so now let's square back. We were talking about cheating and these students that I caught.
Indeed.
So I noticed I was grading their projects.
Almost out of incense.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. But
Mercy,
it's been going
mercy.
for like an hour.
Has it?
Straight up. They go forever, yeah. I
Lit.
lighted one. I lit.
Lit.
I lit one when I got here at about 4:15. So it's been going for about an hour.
Nice. Wait.
3:15, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Mercy.
Yeah.
Mercy. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
been going for quite some time. Mercy.
indeed, dude. Yeah. It's been keeping going.
Indeed.
Keep on keeping on.
Mercy. Mercy.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm grading these projects of his class, and I graded yours, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
Mercy,
What did I say in the comment?
I didn't even look.
Okay, well, you should have looked. I said something about variables, too,
Dude.
because you
I
misnamed
knew.
him.
Wait. What?
You misnamed him.
Was it supposed to be a certain name?
Yes. Well, no, the common convention. Sorry, the convention for variables is the first letter
Do we have to follow
of the first. No, you don't. You didn't get
Oh,
points
okay.
off. You got
Okay.
full credit.
Okay. Mercy.
I just made a comment.
Okay,
Yes.
I see.
Indeed. You'll look at the comment and know what I'm talking about.
I heard like talking about like people having like too many variables. Like what is
Too many variables? It's funny that you ask because he never defined too many variables. He told us too many
Interesting.
variables. Take off 1 point.
Because like whenever someone said that, like, oh, does mine have too many variables?
Yes. No,
Right.
I'm kidding.
I figured it would because I used a lot of variables because I wanted to make it look nice, be like nice and organized. With all
Yeah.
the statements looking
So
pretty.
I asked him to
And
clarify
I
that for
think
me.
It looks nice. You know, in my
It did look good. It was not bad.
Thank
Not bad layout. But I asked him to clarify it for me, and he
Mhm.
said that too many variables, if they're all used, really you shouldn't ever take a point off. But if
Yeah.
they have some variables that they declared and never used, that's where that would get into like the deduction range.
Indeed. Yeah. Me personally, whenever I code, I try to code it in a way to where like I can say like, oh, that looks like how I code. Right?
Okay.
And also, whenever I leave comments, if you noticed, I didn't leave like like standard standard comments. I left comments that are like sarcastic or funny or something like that. So if somebody copies my stuff, it's like, oh really? You also said the same thing there? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you also put that in its own little place, just 'cause.
Yeah. There are
that-
definitely some discrepancies. And that's how I kind of saw what was going on with these students that I was grading their work. Because
Yeah.
I would see these console.write lines. If any of y'all are familiar with the language C#,
Indeed.
then you'll know console.write line is how you print something
Or
to the
console
console.
dot write.
Or console.write, that's fair. Anyway, they had all these console.write lines with just random stuff in them. Like stuff that had no bearing on their project. Like
At all.
whatsoever.
At all.
I guess it was kind of like related because they would type banknotes. So the project was like a banknote simulator. You give it some amount of money and it gives you back that amount in 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s, and then tells you if you have any change.
Indeed. And there are like a couple different ways that was able to be done.
Yeah.
I don't really like keep up to date on labs. I'm like done with labs.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that, like, technically loops haven't been learned.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the assignment, it didn't say like use.
You can't use loops
because all that matters is that you know how to do it.
Exactly.
And if you know how to do it, then you probably know the stuff that you need to know. And
Yeah.
I know the stuff that I need in order to know.
Yeah.
And
not that many. Some students use whiles. Not that many did.
I really like whiles because they're really helpful.
Yeah, they are nice.
For that.
Wait until you find fours.
Dude, fours, man. Fours.
Have you seen them yet?
Fours are crazy. I haven't used them a lot.
So you know how every while will have a counter, pretty much.
What?
Or like some type of way of iterating the while. Normally it's a counter.
Yep.
Fours have the counter implemented already within the for. You can make the counter within the for, and you can delete the counter once the for is done.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Wait.
So that's why you see like the syntax for for. You've got three different arguments, right?
Right. So it starts out with a 4, and then it's like a or something.
Int. Yeah, you can say you have to declare an int.
Right. Int a or int. I don't know, var in this case.
Yeah.
We'll say. And
well,
then,
var you can't use because that's a keyword.
Oh, that's
so.
true. That's a keyword. I'm just.
And I.
Sure. Int I for int. And then you would have.
And you have to say what it equals. So you have to give it a value to begin with.
It equals 6.
Okay.
Right now.
There you go.
Mercy. And then you would have.
While I is less than or equal to 10.
Indeed. And then what would you have after that?
I++.
So it's I++, which means it just
yes,
does it,
so it'll go. That loop will run 4 times.
Inside, we could say console.writeLine, parenthesis, freaking quotation, this loop will run 4 times. And then the output will be
this loop will run 4 times. 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 Real quick, wanted to show you what we're talking about in the podcast here. So we're saying for int I equals 6, while I is less than or equal to 10, I++. And then we're going to print out this loop will run 4 times. And then we're going to run it. And we see that it actually runs 5 times because I miscounted in the podcast.
So, hey, welcome back. We're still here. We didn't go anywhere.
But you did.
You did. And now you're back.
Yeah.
That's the fact of the matter.
Little trip in time. But, yeah, dude, for loops are incredible.
Indeed.
And I can't wait till y'all get to them because they're easy whiles.
Yeah.
It's now, I will say whiles are still used, okay? There are certain circumstances where whiles are used.
Right.
But fors make your life a whole lot easier.
I've come to, like, understand a for as the, like, pro version of a while.
Literally, dude. No, it actually is. Like, it's like some developer realized I'm doing the same thing every single while loop I make. I'm going to make a different loop to make it easy.
I'm going to just put that inside of another loop.
Exactly. And now you have for loop. Yeah, but I've been doing some problems with them. At least there are legit, like, some serious problems for 1301.
Oh.
And that's the class you're in.
Yep.
There's a different section in the evening that I'm the UCA for, right?
Yeah.
And they have different homeworks, different projects, everything. Yeah, 7 p.m. It's
different
crazy.
Projects as well?
Yeah, they have everything is different.
Why is that?
Other than maybe the tests are the same.
Mercy.
But everything's different because they are the teacher, it's his first time here. So he doesn't really know what he's doing. Bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, it is tough, but
it would suck to be placed in a class where the teacher doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know what he's doing here. It's not like he's not a good teacher. It's not like he can't teach the subject. It's just not like he doesn't have very good organization as far as things go here.
Okay, mercy.
Yeah. However, you could still sit in his class and get a very good education from that class.
Okay.
There are a lot of people in his class though that aren't, because they have trouble understanding him. They tell me.
Oh yeah.
And I get that a little bit. Like, he's kind of hard to understand,
Bro,
but
I have so many different accents.
not hard enough. Not hard enough for you to not be getting the course material.
Most of my teachers are not white.
Yeah.
Which is
it's one thing you come to find in higher education, dude.
Which is pretty normal.
Yeah.
And the only one that's really a problem is the one who has a kind of heavy accent.
Yeah.
But also talks very quietly.
So that's tough. You have to sit in the very front and have them put on the lapel mic and whatnot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except they don't.
They don't. Do you ask them?
None of my teachers use their mics.
Oh, I just tell, like, if I can't hear somebody, I'm like, hey, can you put on your microphone for me? They're like, okay.
Mercy.
They always put it on for me. But every single place, every single, like, lecturing hall or classroom has a system where they have a lapel mic up at the front where the person can just put it on.
Every room has a mic.
Yeah, every single one.
Like, which is smart, because in a place like that, you never know when you might need to have someone talking
Also,
to everyone.
one thing that's crazy about the university,
yeah,
if you look up at the ceiling, no matter where you're going, there's speakers.
Yes.
They could play insane, like, sound effects. Like, Sonos? Like, for your house, you get all the little speakers in every room.
Yeah.
They have Sonos on a whole nother level over there, dude.
Dude, you could walk anywhere and you'd be hearing it.
Dude, I would love to make one of those, like, big halls. Like, what is that one called?
Dude, I would love to hack that.
Yes, dude. I'm saying, like, if you had an after-hours type thing, you could literally have, like, a rave in there, dude.
That statement I just said should probably be bleeped. But I would certainly love to hack that, I would.
Shoot.
In a heartbeat.
Should it be bleeped?
Should it?
Does it have to be?
No.
No.
We could. But anyways,
I'm not going to bleep it.
Like, I would certainly, like, love to hack that. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. But it'd be fun.
It would be fun. It would be so awesome.
It'd be so much
I can't even fathom the amount of joy that would come from playing Spotify on those speakers.
Dude.
On all of them, just anywhere you go inside of the university.
Yes, everywhere.
Everywhere. Because they've got speakers outside.
Indeed, yeah.
So literally anywhere you go, if you could get, I don't know if it's a whole interconnected system. Each one might have its own little thing going on. But if it was all interconnected, anywhere you go, you just hear your playlist. That would be so sick.
Nice, yeah.
That'd be real nice.
I've been like searching in my mind for like topics that we were supposed to cover, and I finally found one.
What was one?
We're on Spotify now.
We are on Spotify now.
Last week we at long last have gotten an episode on Spotify. Episode 011. Unfortunately, 010 is not on Spotify. For some reason, whenever I uploaded the 23-minute and 42-second audio file, it got trimmed down to 908, and there's nothing I could do to change that.
Weird.
And then I uploaded last week's episode, which was an hour and 7 minutes, and it was an hour and 6 minutes, but that's pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just whether or not it was rounding or truncating. Mercy.
Exactly. Mercy's right.
Mercy's right. And yeah, it's there now. And from now on, all of the regularly scheduled podcast episodes will be on Spotify.
Yes, they will.
That much I can promise.
That much you can promise. Anything more?
Anything else?
Nah.
Can't make no promises.
Just throw it out the window.
That's
as far
what
as I'm
saying.
concerned, just throw it out the window.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that's a great comment to make, because literally the day after I got asked about it, is the podcast coming to Spotify?
Indeed.
You put it on Spotify.
I did, yeah.
So thank you very much. And Laurel, if you're listening on Spotify, you're so welcome.
Indeed. And we have a LinkTree now. Because everyone needs a LinkTree. We're not sponsored by LinkTree, but LinkTree,
LinkTree, hit us up, please.
Please sponsor us, whichever mic or camera.
I'm looking at all three of the cameras.
Mercy. Yeah, like, hey, what's up with you? What's up with you?
Yeah.
It's wild. But please sponsor us. I will gladly advertise your service on the streets. It is a free service.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is free. There is a premium version, but you don't need it.
No.
It really just has a bunch of extra stuff.
Analytics.
If you want to be extra, and it has analytics, but no one really. I'm not interested in who's clicking my links.
Well, because listen, the thing about it is
who's
too,
looking at
we
my
get
content.
conversion analytics from YouTube.
Yeah.
So we don't need your doggone analytics, LinkTree. Still sponsor us. We love you, but we don't need your analytics.
Yeah. LinkTree, we love you, but we don't need the extra stuff. Some people might, though, because not everyone's doing exactly what me and you are doing.
Oh, yeah. There's tons of people that are like trying to get people on some type of website or trying to get people through their affiliate link.
Right, which
whatever
in that
it
case,
is.
Perfect service for that. But
Yeah.
It's a free place. What it does is it creates a website that people get taken to, and it looks great because it has a bunch of pre-made formats.
Yes.
It's a link that brings you to a list of links.
Aptly named LinkTree.
Yep. It's just a link, and you go up the trunk of the tree, and then you get to see the branches, and then from there you go off on the web.
Yeah. Imagine you have a LinkTree that links to other LinkTrees.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, what if it gets to the point where like we have link trees for our different channels, and then each of our link trees will have a link to the other link trees?
There's nothing stopping us from doing that whatsoever.
No, as a matter of fact, it's probably gonna happen.
It's probably gonna happen. It'll make our It'll make our link tree, our one link tree, a lot cleaner.
It will.
Our base link tree, our root tree.
Our root tree.
Our root tree will look a lot cleaner.
Mercy.
Yeah. Wow, dude. So what else were we talking about? Because I know that we had a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
We have not too much going up this weekend, though. Not too much going on.
No.
Yeah. So, did I even ever get to finish like what I saw in the people's code other than the console.write lines?
I don't know, but
does it matter?
I don't think so.
No, we're not even going to square back.
Yep. Not even going to square back. You thought we were going to square back?
You thought we were going to square back. We're not going to square
happening.
Back. No way, no how.
Imagine, okay, once we have Apple glasses, things are going to get crazy. Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Imagine we're here, both wearing our Apple glasses. By the way, Apple glasses are said to have been like, you can see what's there, but the other people can't. So we could be getting live feeds off our cameras. And then be seeing our live feeds, looking at you. My live feed is placed right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Imagine the feature. I take my iPhone, and it's playing a video. I place it down, and then it pops up an AR above my phone. And then I can do something, share that with you. We can both be watching it. It looks like it's both, like facing us. We can like both move it. Then we can both sit back, watch a video, be doing that. Be recording us reacting to said video. On the video we post on YouTube, just show the video that we were watching. Top left corners, both of us too.
Dude, technology's so cool, man.
Like, bro, as soon as we get those glasses, like AR, once you get that, it's all down programming and software. As I was saying before we started this podcast, like, dude, I just realized that like 90% of our problems right now could be solved by software.
Yeah.
Like we got the hardware, but we need the software. And that's probably what's taking the Apple glasses so long. I would imagine it is very difficult to create a smooth operating system for an AR technology that you wear all day.
Yeah.
Because you need it to work all day, always.
Yeah.
Which that's probably what it is, because I'm certain that's not easy.
And I've actually got a theory about this. Okay.
You got a theory?
I've got a very big theory about this.
I love theories.
I know you love theories. That's why I got it for you.
Mercy.
Yeah. So you know how we have the M1 and the M2, right?
I know about the M1. I know about the A16, the A14.
So they all have an extreme lean toward efficiency.
Indeed.
They're so efficient.
You know how crazy efficient it is?
No, I don't know how efficient it is. I just know it's super efficient.
So like, I left my phone on all night, just like on idly.
Like watching a video?
No, it wasn't actively doing something. There was just an app open. I think I was reading something. Don't do that. Don't read while you fall asleep. It's bad for you.
What?
Yeah.
Swear to God, I thought reading was like the best thing
Yeah.
before you go to sleep.
You can read before bed, but you're not supposed to like be laying down in bed, reading
Oh,
off your iPhone.
if you're not trying to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're like in the middle of the day, it's like,
Hang on.
oh, you're just
So,
saying
like,
off your iPhone.
If you're gonna read at night, which is good for you, it's best to read off of books with light coming off of the back, coming down, because that's just the best for your eyes. Reading off your phone or looking at screens is not advised before bed because of blue light. Everyone knows that that's harmful, but I do it. Mercy, mercy.
Mercy. And you're worse maybe because of it, sadly.
What?
I said you're worse maybe because of it, sadly.
Mercy, mercy.
Guess what?
What?
You're good enough to little badness slide.
Indeed. What was I talking about just before this?
You're talking about blue light on your phone, reading in bed.
Yeah.
You're talking about your phone's efficiency.
Oh, efficiency. That's what it was. And it lost like 8% battery
that was it?
overnight. Yeah.
That's astonishing.
I woke up like, oh, it's probably dead. And I pick it up. It's like at like 81. I'm like, oh, mercy, mercy.
That's crazy. Because that is really like the glasses. That's a glasses simulator right there, dude. Because it's always going to have something
Well,
up.
hang on. It doesn't have to. It doesn't.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't actually have to. I had thought, as a matter of fact, it's probably best if it doesn't.
No, you're right. It could be something like the watch, where like when something happens, it shows it to you.
Now, I think it'll probably have something small.
Little battery icon or something.
I'm just wondering how we're going to interact. Like, is it just going to be with our voices?
Yeah.
Because I would hate to just be a voice.
At this point in time, it seems mostly voice.
But they would have a LiDAR sensor, and this is going to be the peak of LiDAR. Like, Apple has been pushing LiDAR. Like, if you notice, even the iPads
They have LiDAR.
have a LiDAR sensor. They've been advancing LiDAR. Apple's been pushing, AR. Well, Apple's been trying to push AR, and many people think that it's all been leading up towards this big thing,
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're getting close.
I think we're getting real close, not going to lie. And I think it is all leading up to this big thing. Like I said, like we were talking about with the efficiency. That's where I was going, because you need something that is incredibly efficient. If you're going to be running on something as small as glasses all day long, the power consumption has to be absolutely through the floor. The opposite of through the roof, it's got to be through the floor, dude.
That sound means that this reached low battery. It is still recording. That is still recording. 14% battery.
What about this guy right here?
That guy's probably still doing good. Is he recording?
He's not even recording. What in the world? Hold on.
Looks like we're just using our wide angle shot this time.
That's crazy, dude. It wasn't even recording.
That's unfortunate.
I know it was we pressed play. We dropped the phone by accident to press play.
Must have accidentally stopped it, maybe.
I never touched it.
Lord
Can we watch
knows.
that recording to watch what happened.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, dude. I guess we're going with wide angle today.
Yeah.
We're looking at you.
Wide angle. You're the one.
You're the one today. That's crazy because I haven't even looked at the wide angle like once because
seen
I've been looking
I
at
think
that
it's
one.
fine.
Okay.
Except that Mac is really in the way.
Of me?
Of just like it's just really big in the shot.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But it's fine. Mercy.
Mercy. We're trying to get better anyway. As you know, it's always improving.
Indeed. Once AR is readily available to us at all times, I think people aren't ready for it.
No.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I've been ready.
So ready.
I know what's possible with software. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's complicated. Like, coming up with the idea for it, that's not hard. I can cook up concepts left, right, and center. Anyone can make concepts. And then, it's slightly harder making good and possible concepts, but what's really hard is executing those.
Yeah.
And that's where you need programmers.
Mm-hmm.
And it really comes down to Apple's push of AR and AI.
Yeah.
And the combination of the both of those. And I think there's a bug in here. Over time.
That's a quick bug too.
I know that boy whipping.
That's right here.
Mercy, that boy whipping
What
around.
is that guy doing?
Boy, you best get out of here.
You
before
about
I-
to smack him?
I'm about to smack him.
I'm about to smack you, boy. You best get out of here.
I might smack you with my $300 case.
That'll teach you.
mercy. But yeah, like AR is gonna eventually, I think, be incorporated everywhere.
Without a doubt. I mean, that's just the future.
Everything is
We've already got more or less AR with the watches, you know? The phone, the ultimate goal of Apple, you know, you remember when Steve Jobs was alive, he was like, his
F in the
whole
chat, by
thing,
the way.
yeah,
F in the
rip
chat
my
with Steve
boy.
Jobs. Rip my
His
boy.
whole thing was making
Mercy,
technology
mercy.
a part of your daily life, right?
Mhm. And what better way to do it?
What better way to do it than to put it on your face?
And some people think that like this is gonna create some like dystopian government, and it's like, but does it have to? Like, is this
Wait,
like
why?
a requirement? Like,
Where is that?
like if we,
You're going to have
if
to run
we-
me down that trail a little bit. I don't
That's-
understand exactly
That's
where you're
what I'm
coming
saying.
from.
I don't even know. Well, what section of the woods? Like, how do I get there?
Yeah, no,
Like,
I don't
how do I
know.
get from here to here?
Yeah, you're going to have to drive me and then take me by the hand down the trail.
It is possible that, like, technically, it is possible that through some odd means of time that we like go from having Apple glasses to like mind control things. But
I'm pretty sure those two things are pretty far, like, they're not related. Bottom line.
I'm pretty sure those two things are pretty far apart, and I think we're going to see it coming. Even if it were to happen, there's really nothing to be concerned about. And also that type of
That's
thinking,
something that just doesn't pop out of nowhere.
and that type of thinking is just dumb.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, there's a new type of technology. What's the worst thing that someone could possibly do with it, and then assume that that's what they're going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure someone's going to try something, but you know what? You try making a software that can AI mind control the entire world.
Yeah.
Do it.
Please.
You know,
by all
please.
means. I'll
By
buy
all
it from
means.
you. I'll buy it from you if you do it.
I would gladly buy into that because I would just be impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be
That's
impressive. That's
I
some
think a
crazy
lot of
stuff.
that is like, you know, Elon's company with the little microbots or whatever in your brain.
Yeah, which like that is a bit of a stretch. However, it's actually not as much of a stretch as people think.
What is that one? What is it called again?
Neuralink.
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 I got that Neuralink.
Neuralink. Link some neurons. You know,
Neuralink, bro.
and that's gonna be. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It was already not recording.
That's gonna be incredible technology for helping people who are paralyzed or missing limbs and all that type of stuff like that. That's gonna be incredible. But people are always gonna be like, "Oh, the government's gonna microchip us. Oh, they're putting microchips in the AIDS vaccine."
Exactly. They're putting microchips in the AIDS vaccine.
I know, dude. That's what it's
Man.
all about.
If you have a baby that's born in a hospital, they're getting microchipped.
That's what I'm
Some
saying.
doctors is going in there and microchipping your baby.
Everyone is, yes, because we are able to have a microchip. I just don't understand.
I don't get it either.
I
People
don't-
are so scared of technology. I think a lot of it is fear of the unknown. You know, fear of the unknown
It's
is your biggest fear because it's ungrounded fear.
Unwillingness to accept change, because
Hmm.
fear of the unknown is a thing.
That's
and you
what I'm
know
saying.
how you fix it?
Hmm.
You learn, you adapt.
But I mean, you can't learn something that's not even here yet. You know what I'm saying? Like they're scared about what's to come.
Right, but it comes from a place of not having an understanding of what is realistic.
Yeah.
Like, that's just unrealistic.
Yeah. That's just
Like-
something that could not happen.
It's like, yeah, like that's just not feasible.
Yeah.
Just because you can like cook it up in your imagination, that doesn't mean that that's like a feasible thing. Like, you know, again, something like that would be incredibly complicated
Yeah.
and would be incredibly hard to keep a secret.
And I will say, you can cook up a lot of things in your mind that will never be able to happen.
As crazy as it seems, just because you can make it happen in your mind doesn't mean it can actually happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy like that, you know?
It is crazy like that.
Mercy.
Mercy. Well, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
My
we
friend's
have been going for a
calling.
while.
It's time to work out.
Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It was more of a just,
Chatting.
yeah.
Yeah.
much more chilled type episode. Be sure to drop us a like and subscribe if you have not already. And be sure to hit our bell button icon. If you're on Spotify, be sure to download the podcast. You can listen offline if you haven't listened to the previous ones. And be sure to check out the other podcasts, as this is the first one that you're hearing.
The Instagram is at the Minimum Wage Pod. And over there, we're going to be posting about our lives and what we're doing. And if you're on there, you've already heard about this podcast.
Indeed. Yeah. With that being said,
This has been
the Minimum Wage Podcast.
Where even the name is above our pay grade. Peace.